To Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network. What is going on, everybody? Somebody has a case of the Mondays. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And, well, Bob's your uncle. Rants on the Street with Thomas Stevens. Shout out to my producer, Tyler Heavy T. Soto. Boom. Yes. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network. That's at Better Network at all your favorite social media platforms. Whew, I really miss the DMX intro music, man. I really do. Stupid copyright infringement people. Making us not have any fun. Stupid UFC people when we got kicked off for showing UFC videos. Can't have any fun. But we're going to have some fun tonight, though, regardless. Because what a show we have in store for you. That's right. Tonight, as always, rant lines. Something big happened in the NFL yesterday. I don't know what it is. I guess I'll have to talk about it. Obviously, we're going to recap what happened yesterday. We got the Swiftie Bowl, because we can't say Super Bowl or show Super Bowl, so I'm just going to call it the Swiftie Bowl. That's what it really is, if you think about it. So, there you go. I don't know what's going on here with my hi Lucas. Good evening, brother. Let's talk some Chiefs. There will be plenty of Chiefs talks in this one, my friend. Stay tuned. Thomas Stevens for Rant on the Street will be joining me as well. A little bit of NBA during that segment. And then, as always, behind the glass tonight and joining me towards the end of the show, Tyler Heavy T. Soto. He will be, we're going to be playing a game with him. First, we'll get his thoughts on what happened yesterday. We'll get his thoughts on the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, the Swiftie Bowl. I don't want to get sued here. Copyright infringement. The Swiftie Bowl. And then we're going to play a game. This is called during What Say You Have a Tea. It's called You Have a Friend in Tea, a unlicensed Toy Story a trivia game. You have to say it all like that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're in the chat, you can also play along with us during that as well. And come to Heavy T's demise during the game. It'll be a blast for sure. All right. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into it and jump into the rant lines. Already talked about it. Could talk about it some more. Mile High Luke saying, give me some Chiefs talk, baby. Well, we're going to have plenty of Chiefs talk here tonight as we go over what happened yesterday and what could happen in a few weeks. So welcome to the Swiftie Bowl. That's right. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers will meet in this year's Super Bowl. Whew. Everybody in Kansas City and the Bay Area and California are rejuvenated. Woo! We're doing it, baby. Everyone else, what can I bet on that Usher's going to wear at the halftime show? Pretty much, right? I know Chiefs fans are excited. I'm excited. It's a Super Bowl. But I've heard all the chatter about, this is what Goodell wanted. He got what he wanted. He got Swift in there and Kelsey and all the Swifties are going to watch. And he did. He did. He said, no rush. We have 2 weeks of Chiefs talk. We did. But, hey, it is what it is. They were the two best teams in the playoffs, in my opinion. They made the least amount of mistakes, although the 49ers made more than the Chiefs did. And ultimately, they're playing in the Swiftie Bowl. So, shout out to the Chiefs and to the 49ers. Well-deserved. Well-deserved. The Chiefs are in the Swiftie Bowl because the Ravens. We all thought, we all knew. The colors were purple and red. The Ravens were a shoo-in. I thought so. I really did. I thought that the Ravens were going to go. I put it on the website, MondayNightRants.com. By the way, go to MondayNightRants.com for picks and news. And every time we have debates on the show, we'll post stuff up there and videos. You can watch old shows. All that good stuff at MondayNightRants.com. If Heavy T says something funny, I'm putting it up. If Thomas says something funny, also going up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the site's only going to grow as we go forward. But the Ravens really shot themselves in the foot yesterday. Yes, it seemed like the Chiefs were destroying them. And for most of the first half, they were. In the second half, Ray Flowers makes a great catch, gets down to like the 5-yard line, and then taunts the player 15 yards, goes back. Then he gets 2 more passes thrown to him. He gets into the end zone, not quite, because he fumbled it. The touchback rule, well, I guess he recovered it in the end zone, so it's not really the rule, but and then boom, lost it. And then next drive, a chance for a touchdown again, interception by Lamar Jackson. The slow start, as they did with Houston, by the way. Remember, that game was tied at the half. Kind of cost them in this one because they had to do everything they can to win the game in the second half, they literally shot themselves in the foot. But shout out to Spags, who, as Mile High Luke says in the chat, he's right. His defensive plan for Lamar Jackson was great. It was perfect. It worked perfectly. And, of course, the bonehead mistakes, the 15-yard penalties here, all this, all that, ended up in the Ravens going home. So shout out to the Chiefs, but the Ravens, I think they'll be back next year. I'm not saying to the AFC Championship game. I think they'll be in the playoffs. This is a really good team, really well coached. A lot to learn here, but the legend of Lamar Jackson's playoff failures will continue to be a topic of conversation into next year. Too much courage, said the Cowardly Lion. Wizard of Oz, people. Give it a goop. Dan Campbell, really, and I mean really. Now, a lot of people will debate on the 4th down thing. 2 4th downs going for it that really ultimately changed the pace of the game when they didn't get them. But if he would have got them and scored a touchdown, we would be going the other way, right? So there's 2 sides to every argument about the 4th downs. The one call I didn't understand was when they were going to score that last touchdown and they handed it off and he burnt the timeout there, which could have saved him a timeout, and in the end would have given him 40 more seconds in the game. That was kind of a head scratcher too. 17-point halftime lead. A guy who goes by the analytics, who's not afraid to go for it on 4th down. Kind of reminds me of this guy. But real though. And by the way, you don't want to be that guy. Definitely don't want to be that guy. That guy also blew a 17-point halftime lead in the playoffs. And it was also known early in his career for being a 4th down go-getter. Analytics. I'm not saying Dan Campbell is Brandon Staley. He is not. He's a better coach. He's definitely a better motivator. Anybody is a better motivator than Brandon Staley. But it's very similar if you think about it. 17-point half lead blown in the playoffs. A guy who likes to go for it on 4th downs. Always like to take that extra gamble, even though the analytics says this is not the way or is the way or however it is. Ultimately, it's what cost them the game and the blown lead. Now, Lions are another team, which I think should be back in the playoffs next year. They're only going to get better if they could just work on their defensive backfield a little bit because they got absolutely shredded through the air. But their rush defense, number 3 in the league. Their Jared Goff will be back, a good group of young receivers, Montgomery, Gibbs. This team will be fine. I think they're going to be just fine going into the next season. So there you have it. But what was funny, and I found this entertaining, is this beef between Deebo Samuel and Gardner Johnson. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but they've been going back and forth on radio shows saying, oh, he's a scrub. And, well, I'm going to share my screen. I got to show this because it is absolutely ridiculous here. Let me pull it up here. This dude, Gardner Johnson here, literally, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get my screen up here. But he literally, during, not even before halftime, was waving at the crowd. Like, bye. We did it. Goodbye. And it was a sight to be seen. Here, let me show you real quick. Let me get rid of this thing. Sorry, I'm trying to do what I can here. See, he's waving to the crowd. It's 20-7. Bye, San Francisco fans. We're going to win. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, the Swiftie Bowl. It's all over. You lost. And Debo had the last laugh when he said, somebody go check on Lil Bruh. That's right. The last laugh. Debo Samuel. It's kind of funny. By the way, don't be waving to the crowd at 20-7 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter in a playoff game. Don't do that. So we look at it like this. The Super Bowl is here. I'm sorry. The Swiftie Bowl is here. And it's the 49ers and the Chiefs. Now, the way the Chiefs have been playing, and they have been playing very well. Remember, they just knocked off who everyone thought was the best team in the NFL in the Ravens. And they beat the Bills, who everyone thought were going to go to the Super Bowl II before then. So here we are. And yet, for some reason, the odds makers came out and said, no. No. It's the Chiefs who are the underdogs, not the 49ers. The 49ers were favored when odds first came out last night, -2.5. That has since moved to -1.5. Still the favorites in the Super Bowl, the Swiftie Bowl. Justin Watson says, longtime friend of the show, by the way. What's up, Jay? He said, I never thought I would say this, but based on the Super Bowl matchup, I can't wait for spring training to start. Getting on that baseball horse early, my friend. I can see it. Yes, of course. Welcome to the show. Stay tuned for a great Toy Story segment later. But these odds are wrong. And everybody and their mom.com is going to put money on the Chiefs. It's going to be the most popular bet of any of this. By the way, the over-under is at 47.5. Everybody's going to put money on it. It's all over social media. This is stupid. It's going to be the Chiefs. There's going to be some sharp bettor who puts a lot of money on the 49ers and watch them win. It's possible. But I think the odds got this wrong. A lot of money is going to go on the Kansas City side. And on paper, you got, a top 3 offense versus a top 3 defense on both sides of the ball, which is good. However, what we saw, which I found interesting, was this 49ers run defense is kind of their weak spot. We saw Montgomery and Gibbs in that first half before whatever play calling happened in the second half with Campbell run down the chute. And this has been a problem we saw with Aaron Jones as well the week before. So there is a Pacheco weak spot here that could be kind of an X factor in this game, in the Swiftie Bowl. But we're not going to discuss all the odds and all that stuff and our picks and everything until next Monday, because next Monday is going to be the extravaganza Super Bowl betting preview show where 70% of it is our take on heads and tails and the rest is on the actual game. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually going to have a lot of fun next Monday. We're going over, we'll go over all the fun bets, head and tails, length of the national anthem with Reba, what Usher is going to come, what song is he going to come out to? I'm sure there's going to be some Taylor Swift props available now about how many times she's shown. Heavy T, myself, and Thomas are all going to jump into that and give our picks, and then we're going to compare them and see who wins. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you could join too. I'm trying to find a way on MondayNightRants.com to get a kind of a contest kind of thing where I could put the questions and you could answer them, and maybe you could try to beat us and maybe win something. That would be kind of cool. So I'm working on that. More on that next Monday. But I just don't not agree with these odds. Neither does anybody else. So it is what it is. But Vegas knows better than me. Because here's what happened. Last week, by the way, on MondayNightRants.com, in the NBA and college basketball, my picks, I went 9-3. 9-3. I was on top of the world. 9-3. Crushing it. And then I went on the Drew Show every Friday morning, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. The Drew Show. New Rock 104. But I don't live in the area of New York 104. They have an app. New York 104 app. You can get that. You can be in the world. Listen to it. No excuses. And I picked Baltimore Ravens to cover and the under of the Detroit San Francisco game. I went 0-2. I know. I'll give myself. And I did make a little friendly wager with Elliot on the show that we have to pick what each person dressed up as the next time that we're on the radio. I'm sure there's going to be Instagram reels and all that good stuff. And I lost. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to need to dress up as yet, but I did hear a little birdie told me earlier today that possibly it was a dress of some sort. They asked me on the show this morning, apparently, what color dress I look good in or don't look good in, I guess. So we'll get that all sorted out, and I will pay my dues. I always do. But I am coming back with a vengeance on the show and my picks, and I'm going to crush the Swiftie Bowl. That's right. I'm going to crush the Swiftie Bowl. Get my honor back from the Drew Show. New Rock 104. Still a lot to talk about tonight. Thomas Stevens will be here shortly. We do Rants on the Street. 5 questions you ask, we answer. A little NBA talk. And we'll pave the way for Heavy T and a You Got a Friend in T, the unlicensed Toy Story trivia game. Again, you got to say it all like that. We're going to play that as well. And if you're in the chat, you're going to be able to play as well and help be the demise of good old Heavy T. When we come back, hopefully, somewhere in the world, is Thomas Stevens. However, first, you got to see this.
And they got to get rid of the bat. They got to get rid of the bat. I mean, the bat almost hit Ant.
I've never seen Ant flinch in my life.
And the Coyote is Johnny on the spot. This is not new for the Coyote.
Oh, he's getting sauced by the bat.
The fact that they have the net ready. Come on.
Just trying to. This would be one of the more incredible feats if in a costume the mascot is able to catch the bat.
Did they do this on purpose? Come on, they had the Coyote ready in the Batman costume.
That is a great point. Wait a minute. That was the best.
They got the music ready. The Coyote is in costume.
Oh, my goodness. Got him. Got him.
Got him! Why do they have a bat problem in San Antonio? Remember when Manu Ginobili came in and slapped a bat out of midair? Gangster, by the way. I wish I could do that. It'd be cool. But now there's like, they're right. A bat shows up in the court. That mascot, within 5 seconds, had a bat outfit on, a net, and the music was going. The Batman theme song. Within 5 seconds. Like he was prepared for a bat attack. He was prepared for a bat attack on the court. And shout out to him for catching that bat. I don't even know if I could catch a bat in a net, let alone in a full outfit, wearing an outfit. Well, on the spot, the Batman theme song was played. Man, was he ready for that bat. I don't know why I found that hilarious, but I thought I'd share it with you. That was the NBA highlights of the weekend. No, just kidding. We're going to talk a little NBA with Thomas Stevens here. We're going to bring him in as soon as he's trying to get his computer adjusted there in the background. There he is. Okay, let's bring in Thomas Stevens. My man.
Yo.
Did you get a chance to watch the video of the Spurs mascot chasing the bat around?
getting the bat, yeah.
How quick was he?
Impressive, for sure.
No, but right when the bat appeared, he was like already in a Batman costume with the net.
Yeah. It looked like it looked a little planned.
Heavy T said he did some bat research. All right, Heavy T, come in. What bat research do you have?
Okay, so I did a little bit of research on these bats. So apparently, the city of San Antonio, Texas, is 25 miles southwest of Bracken Cave. This cave is home to more than 15 million Mexican free-tailed bats, making it the largest summer bat colony in the world. Even when there aren't any, or even when it's not the summer, still about 1.5 million in that cave.
There you go.
Right. And no one thought to look there for Batman?
No.
Come on, that'd be the first place I would look.
Yeah, that would. What are we doing out here? That's a good question. What are we
We've
doing?
allegedly just found aliens, but we haven't found Batman. Come on.
That's the first place I'm looking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's obvious. Next to in San Antonio. Who would have thought?
All right, you guys have fun. I'll be back.
Thanks for that off the rails bat trivia. The bat problem is crazy, but man, how
It's funny
fast
too
he
because
was.
Manu Ginobili was there. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, he
Last
snapped one out of
Yeah.
thin air one time. It's
Yeah.
like Jesus Christ.
I swear it was planned, dude. Manu was there. The guy's in a bat costume.
Oh,
I'm
hey.
like, did they release a bat in the stadium?
We got a very interesting bot in the chat who thinks we're both sexy, but I won't read her name out.
There you go. Thank you, bot. You probably
Thank
used your
you,
6'9"
Lex
sesame.
loves something.
Yeah.
I told you we'd be out the rails tonight. I told you. We already are. We got bat talk and this.
Bots.
All right. Tell him. Whoa. Whoa. We're getting I shouldn't have said anything. All right.
You're gonna get her excited. You get the bot high.
We getting spicy in here. All right, let's get on with rants on the street. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, for sure. I know where we're starting. Let me pull them up. I know we're starting in the NFL world for sure. First question is, okay, this is a good one. Bill Belichick. Is Bill Belichick done in the NFL?
No, and no. But for next year, dude. I don't know which one she's talking about. It's either you or me, but I want to know how old one of us is. I'm assuming you. You have that pretty face. I'm all raggedy and you know. I'm married. Lex loves blank. I'm married. Thomas, though.
I'm single.
Is a man right here.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So obviously the coaching vacancies that he would be a good fit in are all gone. Right. We're down to Seattle and Washington, and I don't think he wants anything to do with any of those. So my guess is he goes in some sort of management role somewhere, possibly. I heard rumors that he was going to go on to the air and do commentary, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's insane.
He threw the football. He caught the football. We have a touchdown.
No emotion.
No, we don't want that.
I know.
And I have a feeling that after this next season plays out, then he will be a coach somewhere in the NFL. So he may just take a year off, do some management work. Maybe he will be a broadcaster. I don't know. But he'll eventually be a coach the year after, I think, because we're going to have another 6 teams lose their coach
with the fire the coaches
next year, and we'll set that up. So I don't think he's done with the NFL. I just think he's going to take a year hiatus.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think if there was a better team available, then I'd be like, he'll probably sign with the team this year. I thought Atlanta might have been an option, but I heard they obviously passed up on him. So I don't know. It's interesting. I think he should go be a general manager somewhere, man. I think that all the years in New England, he was the one drafting the players. I don't care what anybody says. He was the one that was picking the star players in the late rounds and stuff. And so I think he'd be a great general manager, and he doesn't have to go to mainstream media. That would be horrible. I'm not watching that.
He's the one that said he's the one that came out and said, "Hold my Bledsoe. I want a full help and a Brady." Remember. So
he's a genius, man. I think a general manager position, he'd be awesome. And I think, his play style of head coaching, I don't know, if it still belongs in the NFL, to be honest with you. But I know an eye for talent that never goes away. So
yeah, 100%. No, he has that, like, there's the coach like Dan Campbell, who's like the motivates you coach.
Yeah.
There's the coach that's like, the fun coach, like the coach for Miami. He's just this fun, nerdy guy that's a genius at offensive play calling, but he's just like, and then you have the coach that everyone's scared of that just like comes like, yes, sir, that's Belichick. That's
exactly. There's like no in between.
That plays. So I think he will come back, but I think you're right. I think he could take like a management position for a year, and maybe he likes it and stays there. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, what about I don't know. I have not been keeping up with your general manager search, but what about the Chargers?
Yeah, I know they have some people in mind. One guy from the Giants, the New York Giants, obviously. But yeah, I just don't see
it's
a
long
where,
shot.
Where Belichick and Harbaugh work together.
Yeah, in the same office. Yeah.
Yeah, that would result in a lot of emails that will be shown on TMZ, I think. So I don't want
for sure. Might tarnish Belichick's career, man.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right. Let's move on.
Number 2, he just lost this weekend. It's the big headline. I think the whole country wanted, him to beat Kansas City. But the question is, will Lamar's style of play, ever be able to translate to a championship?
I mean, yeah. Style of play is he's one player on the field, right? He's a quarterback. So to do that, you got to build a team around him. I think they've done a really good job at that. And again, some bonehead moves in the second half, and we have a tie game, maybe going to the overtime. So what's up, Jeremy Pardo, joining the show? Welcome. Stay. It's going to have a lot of fun tonight talking about good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Especially towards the end. It's going to be a lot of fun. But ultimately, we've seen him progress and be better at throwing the football year over year. I know last year he was kind of hurt towards the end of the year. Was different, but I mean, he's the MVP for a reason, right? Now, not too many quarterbacks with his style of play have won a Super Bowl. Michael Vick never won a Super Bowl. So I could see the argument, but it's not about him. It's about the team. And this team with him can win a Super Bowl. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the Super Bowl next year. A couple pieces, another year of maturity from Zay Flowers. Get a running back in there, an actual running back. I know Dobbins will come back, but he has one game in him. And then I think they're in the right. Great draft picks, man. Queen and great draft picks. So yeah,
sure.
it's his style of play can win a Super Bowl. Yes, we look at some of the quarterbacks who've won Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer has won a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson has won a Super Bowl. Like, let's not get crazy. Eli Manning's won 2. Like, let's not get crazy here that you have to be this high profile throwing a ball downfield all the time, like Mahomes or to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, I agree. I think style of play is not the right word. I think the window's closing though. I do. I don't think it's closed yet, and I don't think it's closed next year. Possibly not even the year after that. But there's a lot of money that's going to be sprinkled around with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's contract's huge. If you want to go get a running back, that's going to be a hefty contract. Unless you go draft, then you can snag one there. Your defense, you got a lot of star players on defense that you're going to have to pay eventually. Every single one of them. I don't think Lamar Jackson's window is, anytime closing soon. But I've said this for a while, man. I've said this since 2019. He does need to pass the ball better, and I don't care what anybody says. It's true. You watch the game, you see it. There was a throw, to Isaiah Likely, triple teamed, underthrown. It's just there's simple stuff like that, where once you put a spy and the game slows down in the playoffs, it gets rough. But
they were also playing at a different strategy than they have been playing all year. They didn't have the lead.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming from behind.
But that's
the running game was being stopped by Spagnuolo.
That's what I mean. That when you have to pass the ball and you have to get out of your game script, that's when it shows. In my personal opinion, and this is just me. I've since 2019 and this year I've gotten off it a little bit because they got receivers around him. But until he proves me wrong, he's the James Harden of the NFL. Regular season MVP, you'll see it all the time. They will absolutely kill the regular season, but when that game slows down and you have a lot more spies on you and it's a whole different game and you have to pass the ball, it gets rough. So their defense is insane. And I think Zay Flowers is a star in this league and will be a star in this league. Give him another year. Andrews, give him a full healthy year. Isaiah Likely, I like him. So they could for sure do it 100%, but he does need to get better. He does need to, evolve a little bit more.
It's really weird saying that when we're talking about the MVP of the league, but yeah, I think
100%.
He needs to get better in the passing game.
That's what we said about James Harden for years, man. I mean, he's an MVP and then never goes anywhere in the playoffs. And it kind of translates, to be honest, man. It's a lot of failures. They've had 2 number 1 seeds, 2019 this year, and both years, it's failure. So he's got to prove me wrong. That's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of where I'm at with that.
No, I agree, but I still think they can with his play style.
For sure, 100%.
But I do think he does need to take the extra step of throwing the football a little better and those throwing decisions when your receivers are wide open,
for sure.
Like Zay Flowers was yesterday, and he still underthrew that ball. If he would have thrown that a little bit further, it would have been a touchdown.
For sure, 100%. But that's where it's like Patrick Mahomes makes that throw. Josh Allen probably makes that throw. There's a little Justin Herbert probably makes that throw.
100%.
You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. But Lamar Jackson's a freak. At any given moment, Lamar Jackson could kill your team and put up 50 points. So it is what it is. Yeah. So
I know it happened to me this year. as a Chargers fan.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right.
On number 3,
real quick, Jeremy Pardo says it's hard to get the playoffs with Lions. You think the Lions will go back? I think they have a good team and they will go back.
Team added more pieces to their defense.
Yeah, they just in the backfield of the defense get some a dominant safety in there, and they'll change the whole landscape of that team, and everyone's coming back. So they're going to be.
They're a good team, man, and they're coached well.
Mm-hmm.
They're coached very well.
Well, except for
about two fourth down could have been a field goal, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
It is what it is.
Moving on.
Yeah. Number 3, we're going to head to the NBA world. We're done with NFL. This one's interesting. I think me and you have talked about this name for so long. Will Trae Young be a Hawk after this deadline?
Yeah, I think so. I think Murray is the one that's going to get shipped out. Obviously, he's been playing great, but they give him a lot of money. DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
And, they're struggling, man. They've been the easiest team to bet against for like the last week. It's been easy. The under and whatever the spread is, they've been getting crushed. And a lot of that was because Trae Young was out with a concussion for 2 games, and I won both those bets. And then he came back for limited minutes against the Dallas Mavericks. I won that bet. So it's rough in Atlanta as a Hawks fan for sure. But I think Murray gets shipped. I think they're going to try to still build around Trae Young because he's kind of that face. And I think if you've really got rid of him, then you're pretty much telling everybody
full rebuild.
Yeah, but I like him and I like Johnson. I think those two together you can build around those two guys and make a really solid team. But having Murray there remember we talked about this too. We said that's a bad pickup. Yeah, because you're literally just picked up Trae Young in a different form. You need Trae Young to run the ball, and then it's just a bad combination. And we'll see. And we said we'll see how it works out. Well, it ain't working out.
It's mediocrity for a long
I think Murray is on the way out, and I think he stays along with Jalen Johnson. They can't get rid of Jalen Johnson. They got to keep him. I think he's still on a rookie contract too. Yeah. He's a steal of the draft too.
For sure. Yeah, I don't think you can get rid of Trae yet. I think if you get rid of Trae, like you said, I mean, you're gonna have every Hawk fan on panic mode. You're really going into full rebuild. I mean, because if Trae goes, that means DeJounte's gone too. There's no way, DeJounte's your guy and you're keeping DeJounte.
Oh, he's leaving, yeah.
Exactly, right? So everyone's gone. But I think the move for the Hawks, man, ship DeJounte out. Clint Capella, he's just been weight that you don't need. Get rid of him somewhere.
Hurt a lot this year.
Hurt a lot. Bring Big O up a bigger role. Bring these younger guys up a little bit more. And give yourself some money to maybe go into free agency next year, but
they're a weird team because
really weird.
They have star power.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the rest of the team is just bad. And even who's the star on Toronto now?
I'm Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes. And he has and they have a better record than the Hawks. It's weird. It's just Utah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's really weird. I don't know if it's it was the coaching, and then they got Snyder, and then I don't it's weird, man. It's really weird because
you got a question in the chat. Oh, go ahead.
What we got?
Go ahead. No, finish up.
You look at their team, and like you said, they're not bottom feeders when you look at the roster.
They're not. Yeah, they should be at least in the play-in, and they're just
that's what I'm saying, man. It's weird.
We have a question about the Bucks coach being fired, and our boy Doc Rivers becoming the new coach of the Bucks. Now I heard there was in the locker room there why he was fired was the players straight up did not like him.
If you saw their dance moves the day after, you would.
They didn't like his energy. They didn't like the way he talked to them. They just straight up didn't like him. It was a little bit of a mini mutiny, all of the Las Vegas Raiders, and they got rid of him. And they brought in Doc Rivers, who is famously known for choking with leads in the playoffs.
Confirmed second round exit.
Yeah, after leading 3-1, 3 games to 1, confirmed exit. Yeah. By the way, I said this. Doc Rivers has a impressionable talent. His talent is to not only look like he can't believe what's going on, but look like he doesn't know what's going on at the same time. It's impressive. It really is
very impressive. Yeah.
But
with all that
losing story with the Bucks, that's what happened. I'm sure there was more to it than that, but straight up didn't like him. The team didn't like him. All right, let's move on.
I love that. We're awesome, dude. We go on such great tangents. It's great.
Oh, are you going to stick around? Or at least watch or get in the chat, whatever you can.
Yeah, no, I'll be in the chat for sure. I am.
Or
heading out
the
at
Toy
7 o'clock,
Story trivia. I'm gonna test Heavy T on Toy Story. And
watching that for
if
sure.
the people in the chat, if you're watching, you know the answer. And here's how it's gonna go: if the people in the chat say the answer before Heavy T, he loses out points. So he has to be quick. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay.
So,
Are we doing all Toy Stories?
Yep. 10 questions. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sure.
I haven't told him anything about it, so this is him just hearing it for the first time right now. Obviously, he knows that we're going to play You Got a Friend in T, a unlicensed Toy Story trivia game. You got to like that. I don't want to get sued here on Monday Night Rants.
Yeah, Monday Night Rants, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we just talked about going on tangents and went on another one.
And then we go on the biggest one.
Question 4.
All right, number 4. These are, we've done these before, so I like these questions. I thought I'd bring it back. We got it actually 2 weeks ago. I didn't use it last week, but Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic, if you're starting a franchise right now, who would you take?
I'm taking the Joker. And I didn't hesitate much because the Joker's healthy all the time. And that's a big one. Mm-hmm. And he's more consistent. Mm-hmm. Embiid awesome. Will put up humongous games like he did a week and a half ago. Right? 70 points or whatever he did. Man, what a crazy week of basketball, too. We had,
insane.
2 over 70s at a 63.
Yes.
He'll do that. That's great. That's one game.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker is constantly 2010 and all the intangibles 5. Like every game. Like you can guarantee it.
Yep.
So I would definitely start around him.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of taking my chances with the more athletic, physical Embiid, who, yes, can give you 70 in a game, but then the next game he's hurt or he disappears or on the glass, but then he goes 3 games in a row. So from the consistency value point, I'm going the Joker.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. I think last year, if we asked this question, last year it would have been a little different. I still would have taken Jokic, but I would have gave it thought. But Jokic is a champion, man. I'll take the champion. You know what I mean?
He's an MVP of the championship.
Exactly, he's an MVP, and he's a
Finals
champion.
MVP.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll take Jokic all day long. The triple doubles. I'll take a center that can run point guard any day of the week and also dominate you in the paint. So that's just my opinion. I think Embiid's interesting if he's healthy all the time because he adds a little bit more defense. But like I said, dude, just give me the champion. I don't want the second round exit.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. All right. Number 5. This one is interesting. I've seen this actually a lot, so I'm glad someone asked this question. But is Paolo Banchero one of the most underrated people in the league right now?
Yes and no. I mean, here's what sucks. Immediately when you go play for the Orlando Magic, you're immediately nobody's gonna know who you are. Like, I'll be real. Yeah. Since they had Shaq and Anthony Hardaway, Penny Hardaway in the early 90s, that was the last time anyone remembered that the Orlando Magic were a team. I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. If you had somebody name NBA teams consistently, the least amount of one named would be the Orlando Magic. Like he's a great player, right? Mm-hmm. Well, but he was taken number 1 overall, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. And they start out the year great, but they're coming back to earth a little bit. Yeah, exactly, 3-7 in their last 10. Slowly going back down to say,
going back
Atlanta,
to Magic basketball.
Hey Atlanta, we're joining you now.
Yeah.
So yes, he's a great player. It's kind of boring. Mm-hmm. He's putting up numbers, but he reminds me a lot of Murray from Sacramento in a way where he's just a solid NBA player.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
But Murray doesn't have to be the star on his team. Paolo kind of does because they don't have anybody else there. Yeah. So yes, he's underrated in that, but it just sucks that nobody gets to see him play because no one cares about Orlando.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So
yeah, I think honestly, bro, you just hit it spot on. I think that's exactly what it is. I think everybody knows Paolo's a good basketball player. He's averaging 20-something per game right now. It's not, he's good, but there's no media coverage with them. Nobody covers them. Nobody watches the Orlando.
Even when they like 2 in the East earlier this season.
No one even knew.
No one even knew.
I didn't know when we were on the show and we were going through it. I was like, "What?"
No one knows.
Yeah, exactly. And
There's nothing magic about the Orlando Magic.
Exactly. Yeah. And I will say too, I think it didn't help that the number 1 pick the year after was the most talked about number 1 pick since LeBron.
Yeah.
I think that kind of foreshadowed. Like people forgot that there even was a draft 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Because of Wemby coming in this year. So I think that didn't help either. But
it's crazy. That was actually a really deep, good draft too.
Yeah,
that was a really deep, good draft 2 years ago.
Yes,
really deep, really good.
Yeah.
And this one we had last year, man. Whew.
Yeah, it's rough, dude. You got
It's
the star
bad.
generational talent, and then it just falls.
Yep, it fell.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Scoot Henderson, he knows.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. I watched the game the other day. I think I told you this last week, but I saw 00, and I was like, "Who the hell is that guy?"
You told me. It's like,
and I was thinking, "Oh my god, it's Scoot Henderson."
Yeah. Only they've fallen in the rankings. He's falling in the Rookie of the Year odds too. That's for sure. Shout out to Scoot Henderson, by the way. We love you.
Pick it up, Scoot.
I'm going to add a thing on MondayNightRants.com. It's going to be a place where people can go and ask the Rants on the Street questions.
Dope.
And I'll also put your Instagram and all your tags so people can find you. I'm doing the same thing with you, Heavy T. You'll be on there too. Don't worry. Everyone wants to know how much you hate the Bears. You can write about it all day. I'll give you your own login. You can write about the Bears every day of your life, or how much you despise your own Angels. You could go for it. Just don't.
Oh man, you're killing both of us in that.
Go for it. Connect for that thing, baby. Let's go. But and then
hey,
of course,
shout out to Heavy T too. Also, I just want to say I haven't had a chance to talk to him in a little bit, but shout out to absolutely nailing the NFC Championship game 100%.
He
shout
did.
out
Nas T Dramas, as I called him. Nas Heavy T Dramas, as they called him. I'm sure he's going to brag about that when he comes on in a little bit here too. So that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, that'll be on there, and tell people where to find you as well.
Yeah, for sure. At Better Thomas on every social media platform. Send your questions in. I know football is ending, but me and Edward, we love UFC basketball. Baseball's coming up.
March Madness is just around the corner.
Exactly, man. We love all of it. So send every single thing. And as I say every week, please check out the Fantasy Alarm TikTok. We're posting a lot of good stuff over there. So
heck yeah, you are. Well-deserved watch. Everyone go over there and watch it right now. It's at Fantasy Alarm TikTok. Fantasy Alarm. TikTok.com/fantasy. Whatever. Just type in Fantasy Alarm TikTok.
Check it out.
Just Siri it. Say, hey Siri. I just screw with everybody right now. Hey Siri.
My grandma's like, what is he saying?
Literally, my thing's going off right now.
Mine's so bad, dude. I could scream "Hey Siri" and mine won't do anything.
My phone and my tablet both went off at the same time.
Funny.
I don't know if you can hear it in the feed, but oh well, that's funny. All right, and then I'll send you the questionnaire so for next week, so you can fill out your bets on the Super Bowl. We're also going to be doing heads, tails, length of national anthem, first song Usher is going to be singing, how many times Taylor Swift will be singing, color of the Gatorade bath, all that good stuff is going to be on there.
That sounds fun, man.
We'll have a little contest.
I'm going to be in the chat section too right now, commenting with the
yeah, you could ruin Heavy T's day by answering the Toy Story questions before he can.
Boom. All right.
All right, my friend. We'll see you next week.
Good,
and enjoy the rest of the show, man.
All right. Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Thomas Stevens, always a hoot. Always a blast. Again, we'll get him on MondayNightRants.com. You can give him your questions. Find him. More stuff with him coming too. Next week, he'll be here for the entire segment of the super duper extravagant Swiftie Bowl betting show. That's right. On Monday Night Rants next Monday. All right. Without further ado, let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the real life Lotso himself, Tyler Heavy T Soto.
I don't know how I feel about that. He is the bad guy in that third movie, so I'm just like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, so your microphone is echoing.
Oh no. Okay. We'll have to figure that out.
You got to fix that thing for the Toy Story game.
I know why. Hold
Unlicensed Toy Story game, by the way. Unlicensed Toy Story game. Unlicensed Toy Story.
That should fix it.
Game.
Right.
Hey, there he is. There's that deep voice we're used to hearing.
You know why? Because someone should make sure that their microphone connection is good to go before they hop on the show.
That would be the smart thing to do.
That would be to do, but I will admit I am not the smartest person, so it is okay.
We are professionals here, I promise.
semi-professional, some of us.
Semi-professional, yes. But combined, we're both semi-professional.
Combined, our two brain cells form one team. There we go.
That's it. But winning
Yeah.
picks. Winning picks here on
Yes.
Monday Night Rants. Winning picks. All right, real quick, before we go into the You Got a Friend in T, a unlicensed Toy Story trivia game. I know everyone's going crazy about it right now. It's insane. We are the Toy Story show of record now. It's just been a thing. We're obsessed. But what do you think of the games yesterday? Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah. Two thoughts, very simple. First thought on the AFC title game. Baltimore's OC, I don't know who he is, but he should be fired. There's no excuse for whatever the hell that offensive game plan was. I think I read something as far as like early down runs go, they only ran the ball like 6 times. So I don't know what.
I think Warren Sharp was all over that.
Yeah, something like that. Your plan was to pass the whole game with Lamar Jackson,
not a good plan.
who put up less than 200 yards against the Texans, and you're going to throw him against the Chiefs. He's going to pass the ball. Are you insane? So I don't know what that game. It was a horrible offensive game plan. I don't know what the plan was. Going to the other side on the NFC title game. Yes, shout out to me. Praise be to me. Yes, I did predict it. Praise be to me. So I am just saying, look, somebody had to do it, okay? Because I'm the chosen one. It's very simple. Somebody had to do it. But everybody's ripping Dan Campbell this morning.
Yeah, they
and
are.
all day today. And honestly, it's not justified at all. There's only one play I think he deserves to be ripped on, and that's choosing to go for it on 4th down instead of kicking the field goal. That is his fault. 100% agree on that. However, all these other 4th down plays, he's not out there dropping passes. He's not out there fumbling the football. Okay? That's not on him. At some point, I know he's the head of the team, and I know you have to have a scapegoat. But at some point, the guys on the field have to take responsibility. Josh Reynolds and Jamison Williams dropped balls at the worst possible time yesterday. Okay?
100%.
I do not blame him at all for that loss. That one specific play where they would be up 17 proved to, I guess, somewhat make a difference since they scored that super late touchdown. It's kind of, I mean, who knows how the game would have went after that. But you cannot put this entire loss on him. Some of it, yes, but all of it, no. Dude's getting ripped for what? For doing what he did all season? Everybody loved him for being gambler all season, and then the one time it doesn't work, oh, this guy sucks. He doesn't know what he's doing. Shut up.
That's the way the cookie.
At some point,
that's the way the cookie crumbles in the world, though.
It does, but at some point, you got to blame the dudes on the field. You got to do it. So that's my thought.
I did compare him to Brandon Staley earlier, but only because they were the two most recent coaches to blow a 17-point halftime lead in the playoffs.
Brandon Staley is. Brandon Staley came in and he was supposed to be this defensive guru, and that defense sucked.
Yeah,
like
we know.
All 3 years he was there, they were terrible.
He's gone. The savior has come. And Harbaugh,
which my thought on that too. I'm really jealous he's not in Atlanta. That's an amazing pickup for the Chargers. If Chargers Chiefs turns into even half of what 49ers Seahawks was, we're gonna have a great time. I'm super stoked for this. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, you're not looking forward to Raheem Morris for your Atlanta Falcons? Under 500 record as a head coach?
I was iffy on it. However, I did see that he brought in his own dudes for the Rams to be the offensive and defensive coordinators. I can't remember those guys' names at the moment.
They're just called the dudes from the Rams.
Yeah, he brought in the guy who was their quarterback's coach to be the OC, which, okay, I'm cool with it. And then he brought in, I don't know what his previous position was on the Rams, but he brought in that guy to be the DC. It's like, okay, cool. You know what? I think if you're a defensive coordinator, I think you should actually, honestly, I think if you were a defensive coordinator or an offensive coordinator and then you get the head coach job, let other people coordinate. Don't do the game plan by yourself. Don't be calling plays by yourself. Let other people coordinate. That was one of my biggest problems. That was one of my biggest problems with Arthur Smith, is that this dude had the offensive play calling and he would refuse to give it up when it was very obvious that it was not working.
Reminds me of Brandon Staley trying to call the defense that was
Right,
ranked last in the NFL.
Exactly. So let these guys coordinate. Let these guys do their job. I was iffy on it at first. Now that they've hired an offensive defensive coordinator, now I'm like, okay, we'll see what works. So now it's going to be up to Fontenot, the GM, to see what he does with the quarterback spot, because you're not bringing in Ritter again, and you're not bringing back Heineke.
No,
like those, you're probably. I think they signed Heineke to a 2-year. He'll probably still be on the roster. Those would be your three
Cousins,
quarterbacks.
baby. Kirk Cousins is on his way.
I'd be fine with Kirk Cousins. I'm fine with that. One of three things is going to happen. I'm convinced. They're going to either sign Kirk Cousins in the offseason, which I'm fine with that. The second thing is they're going to stay at number 8 in the draft, and they're going to take Jaden Daniels. The third thing that could happen, and this is the one I hope happens because it'll create some excitement. They will make a trade with the Chicago Bears. Now, whether it's for Justin Fields or the first overall pick, I do not know. But I think the trade with the Bears is going to happen.
Okay. Just
so we'll
from
see.
your gut, or you have insiders? Are you one of those guys who have the inside information?
Dude, I wish I had sources. Jeez. I wish I did.
I hate that.
Yes,
I have, according to my sources.
Yeah, sources.
The other people on Twitter.
Yeah, I love that. No, I think this is more of a gut thing. Justin Fields. Okay, so here's the thing. I know the fans in Chicago want Fields back. I will admit, he actually did have someone.
The Bears did post on their X timeline like a video of him, like a hype video of him too. Like I think over the weekend.
I mean, yeah, but I've seen teams wish dudes happy birthday and they get cut 3 hours later.
That's true.
So that doesn't mean anything.
I am currently doing for MondayNightRants.com. I am doing my first round prediction right now of the draft, and you could do one too and post it, and so could Thomas. We could post them. We could compare on the show when that.
I'm not even going to try. I cannot do it.
I have the Bears trading the first overall pick, but not to the Falcons, to the New England Patriots.
I could see that happening as well. Honestly,
the Patriots jumping up in order to get the quarterback that they want instead of having to wait to see what Washington does. And then at 3, the Bears take Marvin Harrison Jr.
So that's the interesting thing too, is that if the Bears do decide they're going to go with Fields, they have about 4 or 5 teams they could trade with. Atlanta is just one of them. And that's the other thing too, is that Atlanta doesn't have that far to fall back. They're only at number 8. Yeah. So with the Bears team,
Daniels, Bo Nix, Penix.
Yeah, with the Bears team that probably needs another wide receiver besides DJ Moore, you can get one at number 8.
You get Neighbors, maybe Neighbors in that.
You can get Neighbors. Harrison might be gone, but
Harrison's going top 5, I guarantee.
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. The dude from Washington.
Odunze.
Odunze. I wanted to say Okun, and I'm like, I know that's not right. So no, Odunze. Yeah, no, he could still be there at number 8. So they could still get a decent dude at number 8 if they want to go back that far. So, and they could cop honestly, if the Falcons are trading with the Bears at number 1, they're giving up next year's first round pick too. It's like that's just a no-brainer. So yeah, 100%. If Chicago wanted to gain another first round pick, and to be perfectly honest, it's probably going to be a mid-tier pick. Like, yeah, just do it. See what happens. So, I mean, we'll see. But one of those 3 things is going to happen. Like I said, trade with the Bears, take Daniels, or they'll sign Cousins. It's going to be one of those 3.
I like it. We just talked about the draft and the Falcons all in one conversation. And what
didn't even mean to. It just kind of happened.
Heavy T. I'm not going to ask you for your Super Bowl pick because we're going to be doing that next week.
Fair.
And we're going to be going over heads versus tails. We're going to be going over the Gatorade color. We're going to be going over what song Usher will play first. How many songs will Usher play? How long will the national anthem be? I've already done research. I looked up YouTube videos of Reba McEntire singing the national anthem.
As you should. I love that.
I'm already on it, my fellow ranters. We give you winning novelty Super Bowl picks here. We crushed last year. We got first song. We got Rihanna first song right. We got the coin flip right. We got the Gatorade color right. And I think the only one we lost was the under of songs, which ended up going over by 1. So we're on it here, Monday Night Rants. So stay tuned next week too. But before we get there, we got to do something else. A couple weeks ago, for some reason, Lotso and Toy Story came up on this show.
Yeah, I don't
Ever
remember why.
since then, the show has become obsessed with Toy Story to a
Good
point
movie.
where yesterday morning, my daughter, for random reason, she hasn't watched this movie in a long time, put on Toy Story 4. I was like, whoa, there's something in the air. But I asked you on this show, if I gave you a Toy Story quiz, could you get them all right? And you said, pretty sure you could get close.
Yeah, I can get close. The fourth movie is where I'm iffy because I've
Okay.
only seen it once.
I will tell you there's only one question on the fourth movie. One
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Here's what we're going to do. There's 10 questions. I'm going to ask the question. If you answer it without having to go to multiple choice, you get 3 points.
Okay.
If you do not know it and you ask for multiple choice, you get 1 point for getting it right.
Okay.
So just with 3-1. If you don't get it right, obviously 0 points. If somebody in the chat puts in the answer before you do, you get 0 points. So they could ruin your day. So
Okay.
you got to be quick. No Googling. No giving it a Goog this time.
I know,
It's on
dude.
there.
I know Thomas is on IMDb right now. I know it.
Somebody's
Jeez.
on there. So the chat could ruin your day. Now, it's a max of 30 points. 10 questions.
Okay.
By the way, let me switch this out. This is the You Got a Friend in T, as in heavy T.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on the wording. I don't like how that sounds. We're gonna
You
have to.
got a friend in T.
Yeah, no, that sounds weird. We're gonna have to switch that up a bit. Oh man,
Why are we obsessed with Toy Story on this show?
I don't know, man.
Oh, jeez.
The Toy Story show of record.
By the way, this is a unlicensed Toy Story trivia game. I have to make that clear. It's unlicensed Toy Story.
Please don't sue me, Disney. I just
Yeah.
want to pass to your theme park. Please don't sue me.
We changed me with T. Okay, we're legal.
Yeah.
So we gonna have. Luke's ready to go. Mile High Luke's in the chat ready to go. He's about to ruin your day. So a max of 30 points. I want you to give the level of what you think, how many points you think you'll get that you have to get over.
See, max total 30 is 10 questions. I'll say 21, so that'd be 7 questions.
21.
Yeah, I think I can do 21.
High bar. So
especially if there's only one question about the fourth movie, I think I'm good.
So if I give you 20, if you get over 21, then before the end of the show, I have to tell you that you're the almighty best sports picker in the world. You're the best of all time. No one will ever beat you. You are the Nostradamus of sports picking, and I love you.
I mean, you should know that already, but yes.
If you don't get 21, then you have to say that to me.
I'll get back to you on that.
All right, chat. This is the You Got a Friend in T unlicensed Toy Story trivia game. You got to say it all like that. You can play along in the chat, like I said. If you know the answer, you put it in. If you get the answer before Heavy T could get it, you take away that question from him. He is done. And Heavy T, if no one gets it and you want to go to multiple choice, you can, but it's going to cost you 2 points. You can only get one.
I do have one question. I do have one question.
Yes.
Are any of these questions at all related to the Buzz Lightyear movie that came out separately, the
No.
Pixar one?
No.
Okay, good, because I've never seen that. So, okay.
It's Toy Story 1 through 4. There's only 1 4 question. Okay?
Okay.
All right, get your keyboards ready, people. And by the way, whether you're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, I think Twitter, X, everywhere, I can see all the chats in one place. So don't feel like I'm only reading from one area. I can see every chat. They all come into one feed here. So you can all play no matter where you're watching, whatever platform you're watching. Okay? The first question. What is the name of the green dinosaur?
Rex.
That is 3 points. Okay, that was quick. I don't think anybody in the chat had time to do that. I don't know. I got to keep score. We need an official scorekeeper here.
I'm keeping score. Trust me. I got this.
Okay, all right. He's at 3, people. He's at 3. All right. Question number 2. I don't think people in the chat are going to have a chance to get that in if you're that quick on these ones. What is the name of Andy's little sister? Ooh, people. Get on the IMDb. Get on the wiki right now. You could ruin Heavy T's day if you know the name of Andy's little sister.
Oh, crap.
Get 3, or do you want to go to multiple choice?
Andy's little sister. It's not Annie, is it?
It is not.
Okay. Multiple choice.
I think you just lost the question, though. But, okay. Lucy, Emily, Molly, or Katie?
Emily.
It is not. Oh, no.
Oh, snap.
Oh, no. We got Andy in the chat, too. I don't know why we thought Andy. It is Molly. Andy's sister name is Molly.
Okay. That slightly rings a bell, but okay. That was a good one. Okay, I'll give you that. That was a good one.
How is your confidence going right now in this Toy Story?
I'm still good. I'm still good. I knew I wasn't going to get a full 30, so I'm okay with that.
Everybody got it wrong. Not a single person said Molly. Okay, here we go. All right. Question number 3. You have 3 points. What is the name of Buzz Lightyear's arch enemy?
Zurg.
100%. Good job there. You get it correct.
I've done that Buzz Lightyear Astro Blaster at Disneyland way too many times to not know that name.
Zurg is the answer. You're at 6 points now. Looking good. Looking good. Mile High Luke loves Toy Story 2. Everyone loves Toy Story here. I don't know where Thomas is. I think Thomas, he can't.
I was just struggling. He's like, I can't do this fast enough. He's struggling right now.
And no X-rated ones. That's good. Okay, the chat. All right. Question number 4. We are going to Toy Story 3.
Okay.
Your favorite, since you are the real life Lotso.
Some may call me.
I love you, man. What is the name of the daycare center where the toys end up in Toy Story 3?
Oh, crap. Is it Sunshine Daycare?
Oh, no.
If it's not Sunshine, it's like Sunnydale or something like that.
Close. You want to move to multiple choice?
I'll move to multiple choice, yeah.
Happy Time, Sunny Days, Rainbow, or Sunshine Playhouse?
Sunny Days.
Correct. 1 point for that one. You said Sunshine, but that was in one of the wrong answers of the multiple choice. And I'm like, what the heck is going on there? All right, what do you got? 7?
7.
2 questions. So you got to get some 3s here.
Yeah, 6 questions left, 7 points.
We are going back to Toy Story 2 in this one.
Okay.
What is the name of the prospector?
It's Pete, but there's a full name for him. It's prospector. I mean, I know it's Pete. Like it's
you're right.
Pete.
It's Pete, but what?
Yeah.
Pete? No, it's not that Pete.
It's not Prospector Pete. Oh my God. No, because I feel like I should get at least half credit on this. Like
there's people looking at they're gonna ruin you 3. I would go to multiple.
It's Pete. Fine, multiple choice. Crap.
Okay, is it Stinky Pete, Grumpy Pete, Dirty
Stinky Pete? It's Stinky Pete. I know.
Right.
I know for a fact it's Stinky Pete. Damn it, dude. Okay.
Someone's gonna ruin your day right there.
All right, I'm still good.
Okay,
I'm still good.
Come on, chat. Ruin. You got to be faster on it, chat. You got to ruin Heavy T's day right now. Ruin his day. Make him miss a Toy Story question and have to tell me that I'm the greatest sports bettor of all time. Eddie loves me. Okay, we'll be on now. Question 5.
Yes. No.
6.
6.
How many points do you have?
I have 8.
Okay, I'm pretty good at math, so you got to get going here a little bit. We're going back to Toy Story 3 here. The villainous Sid for Toy Story 1 makes an appearance in Toy Story 3 working
He's a trash collector.
100%. Wow.
Or trash man, whatever. I knew exactly where you were going with that. I knew exactly where you were going with that.
People, well, I got to know the answer first. All right. Okay. That was good. Move this along here. Now you're at 11 points.
7. Well, yeah, 11 points, question 7.
Okay, you could do this. There's 4 questions left here. 4 questions left, a total of 12 points. That will put you over the edge. In Toy Story, what part of Woody's body does Sid burn a hole in?
Forehead.
Wow. All right. Wow.
See, I'm glad I waited because I wasn't sure if it was going to be that because you said what part of his body. I wasn't sure if it was going to be that or when he comes like unstitched.
When he comes unstitched
in the second one. Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Very good. That
So
puts you at 14.
14 points. Yeah.
If you get 3s on the next 2, then you're tied. Or you're one behind. All right.
Something like that.
We're going back to Toy Story 2. What was the name of the television show where Woody was a star?
Woody's Roundup.
100%. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. By the way, if you're just tuning along or joining us, this is the You Got a Friend in Tea, an unlicensed Toy Story trivia game.
That we are still working on the name of.
The name is still up in the air. This is a beta.
Yeah, it's a beta testing.
Has 2 questions to go. He sits at 17 points. He needs to get a 3 and a 1 to hit his level. And then I will have to tell him that he's the greatest swears better of all time, and I love him. If he doesn't get that, he will have to tell that to me. What I didn't tell him is these last 2 questions are harder.
And you haven't asked the 4th movie one yet, which is not good.
I did ask. I did ask the 4th. No, this one is the 4th one.
Oh, crap.
4th movie. What is the name of the doll with the broken voice box who lives in the antique store?
Wait, the doll with the broken voice box. Because
She's
the only
the
thing I'm
main
thinking
villain in the movie. She's like the main villain.
Oh, crap.
You pull her cord and she talks, but her voice is broken.
I know.
She wants to steal Woody's.
Multiple choice.
Tori, Maddie, Gabby, or Betsy.
Gabby.
Here you go. You'll get 1 point
Gabby.
for that, though. So you
That's
have
fine.
to get a 3 on this one. And I'm telling you, I know this question, and it does not look good for you. If you get it, I will be really impressed.
Okay.
Last question. I was typing that. What was the name of Sid's dog?
Oh, God.
Dun, 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 dun,
No, that's the dog. That's it.
dun, 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 dun,
It's not like Buster. It's not. Oh, crap. Sid's dog.
You want multiple choice?
Scott.
Close. So
It's Scott.
close.
It's Scott.
So close. It's not
Scotch.
Scott.
It's Scott or it's
no.
Scotch.
It's
No.
sorry.
Don't you say anything. Because I remember this scene
close.
in my head.
You almost got annihilated in chat.
No, I got it. I'm not looking at the chat. I swear. I'm not looking at the chat. Because
Everyone's
when
close to
he
the chat, by the
ties
way. No one's got it right.
Okay, when he ties the
hurry.
soldier to the rocket, you said, no, that's Spot, you idiot. And then he points to Sid. He's like, that's Sid. It's Spot.
It is not Spot.
What is it?
It is Scud.
Scud?
Scud.
I'm looking this up right now. I'm in protest. I'm protesting. Hold on. Is the name of Sid's dog?
It is
Toy
Scud.
Story.
Yep, Luke just got it.
It is
got it.
Scud. I hate this game. It's
It is
rigged.
Scud.
This game sucks.
Well, Heavy T, you did well, but I got to give you
man.
Wait, I give you an air horn. Why? Oh, no, here. Wrong button. This is what you really get.
Damn it, Stinky Pete.
Or maybe even one of these. I don't know.
are one pathetic loser.
All right, that's a little harsh. Let's calm down here.
Sorry. And that was You Got a Friend in Tea, a unlicensed Toy Story trivia game.
That we are still working on the name of.
We are still working on the name of. I knew that I made the last question the hardest. I thought you would already be there by the time I got it. Mile High Luke got Scud, but you didn't get it anyways. But he was trying to eliminate you in the chat. He was trying really hard to eliminate you.
I will say this. I'm really surprised there wasn't a question. There weren't 2 questions.
Okay.
Is number 1, the guy that steals Woody, what was the name of his
Al.
toy star?
His Toy Store. Al's Toy Barn.
Yeah, it was Al's Toy Barn. So I was kind of surprised that wasn't in there.
Well, I had 50 questions to work with. I didn't want to go all night. That was.
Okay. You had 50. Damn. Okay.
I have
so the
more.
other one,
we could go next week again.
Honestly, we might do this.
You can
we might do this. Nah, you know what? I'm not even going to mention what the second one I wasn't surprised at is because I hope it's asked potentially next week. So
okay, there's a lot more characters we could mention, what their names are, like all that good stuff. But yeah, there was 50
shout
questions.
out to my boy Rex.
Shout out to Rex. Lotso wasn't a question because that would be too easy. He was in there, but yeah, we'll there's more. Like I said, we
Never
can go
forget.
back. I have 3 weeks worth of Toy Story trivia questions.
Oh my God. Never forget the greatest line from Rex in the Toy Story movies. Toy Story 2, after Woody's been kidnapped and they're trying to figure out like who took him and which way he went. And Rex walks to the crime scene saying, "How do you spell FBI?" It's one of my favorite lines ever. Just,
Toy Story is the greatest, my fellow ranters.
Love it.
It is the greatest. Well, Heavy T, thanks for being a good sport. I'll send you the questionnaire you can fill out. We'll put it on MondayNightRants.com of your bets for the next weekend. And we'll have them, all three of ours side by side, and we'll talk about them next week. And you know me, I'll always have the stats for why it should be heads or tails, why it should be this. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Look, why should it be heads or tails? Tails, because tails never fails. Very simple.
No.
Oh, no. Don't you bring your numbers in here.
Should I save this for next? This isn't your typical.
Save it for next week. Save it for next week.
Okay. And ever since a certain manufacturer started making the coin for the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God, dude.
It's gone in a different favor, my friend. More on that next week on Monday Night Rants. Oh, real quick, do you have something to say to me?
No. I do not.
Okay. I think I just got enjoyment enough to give you the Price is Wrong button, so I'll do that. That'll be my victory. Next time you're gonna set the bar lower. Yeah, that's the problem. You set your bar too high. And then...
Get out of here with your facts. Let's go.
All right, man. I'm gonna sweat out the rest of this Houston-Texas game because I did pick the over on MondayNightRants.com. That's a low under for this one. Currently is 41-35. Houston over Texas in a big matchup here in Texas. I need more points, baby. Give me some more points and quickly. And also, did Boston lose their third home game in a row to the Pelicans?
I will check that.
I would be really surprised if that's what happened. I lost my live stream of stats because I went to the unlicensed.
Boston won 118 to 112.
Ooh, but they didn't cover. Damn.
Yeah. And for those wondering, the Lakers are currently losing in Houston to the Rockets 121 to 108.
Ooh, rough sauce there.
Yeah,
my goodness.
Like that.
Yeah. And as football winds down here after the Super Bowl, the Swiftie Bowl, as we call it here on Monday Night Rants, the Swiftie Bowl. We don't want to get sued. It's called the Swiftie Bowl. Of course, we're going to get into more NBA here as the playoffs come in. More March Madness. We're going to have a lot of fun with that this year. College basketball, and then baseball is going to be starting up here soon. I know Heavy T loves him some baseball. I got Heavy T in a dynasty league this year, baby. He's going all in.
You did. And I have been told, and I'm probably going to end up doing this. I was at work yesterday. One of the guys mentioned, dude, you should get a custom Angels jersey and put this on the back. And all it is the number 17 and the name Judas on top of it. And I think I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do it.
Will they print that for you? I don't even know.
Bro, I put it on the actual MLB website. They'll do it. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So I got to find
anything.
Plus, yeah, I know a couple shops will do it too because they have the heat press for it. So yeah, it's going to happen.
You got to take a picture. Take a picture, set it in. We'll put it online. On the line. We'll put it on the line. All right. Before we go off on another tangent and waste another half an hour of everyone's life. Heavy T, thanks for joining me again this week. I know you missed next week. You'll be back next week for the Super Bowl Extravagant Betting Show here on Monday Night Rants.
Will do.
Catch me Friday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time on the Drew Show on New Rock 104. If you don't live in Central California, no excuses. There's an app, New Rock 104 app. You can hear me. And shout out to Drew and Elliot. They do great things there as well. Heavy T, where can they find you?
You can find me at Heavy T on air, both Instagram and Twitter.
And a lot of rants on the Chicago Bears on MondayNightRants.com, baby. Let's go.
Inept franchises. So please make a stupid decision with the Falcons.
You should do a series of inept franchise blog posting. I think it would be hilarious.
Honestly, maybe I will, because I mean the first ones that come to mind, the Bears are up there. Up until this year, the Lions were up there. The Angels are up there. The White Sox are up there. Just even thinking like, the Clippers are definitely up there. Just thinking like in hockey terms, the Maple Leafs are probably up there. So yeah, I mean, actually, I might look into that.
You could do a whole series of it, and then you could film like a short or a TikTok video that goes along with it. You can embed it on the site, put it on TikTok. Let everyone know
Maybe. Oh,
your hatred for inept teams.
I will get back to you on that if that works out. But I'm thinking, who would be the number one on the list? That should probably go first. Thinking maybe the New York Knicks should
Dude,
top that
everyone loves rankings. If you just did a series and you ranked them like the 10 worst inept franchises and you ranked them like that, dude, that would kill.
the 10 most inept franchises in sports today. Ooh,
That would kill. Release them every week.
That's good.
Would kill. Don't worry, Houston Texans fans. You're not on the list.
No, you actually counted there. You stopped eating your ribs and you looked up for once and you did something good. Good job.
There you go. All right, MondayNightRants.com. You can catch this on demand if you missed the beginning of it. There, you can catch it on YouTube as well at Better Network at all your favorite social media platforms. I'm at Edward Rouse. From myself, from Heavy T, Thomas Stevens, everyone here at Monday Night Rants at the Better Network. We will see you next week for our betting extravaganza show. Shout out to Taj McGowan and Lotso. Boom.